How many years do you think a person who works 5 days a week at a job they don't like, endures in silence, and eats stress with sugar will live? Write your version in the comments. Now pay attention. Your fatigue is not fatigue. It's chronic exhaustion, slow suicide in the guise of productivity. You're not just tired. You're hunkered down. Your brain chemistry has been broken for a long time. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is pouring out in liters. Dopamine, which is responsible for joy, motivation, and getting high on life, has sagged below the plinth. This is the mode most people live in: wrung out, angry, lethargic, with empty eyes and a fake smile. The brain goes into survival mode. It doesn't care whether you're running from a tiger or a deadline. The reaction is the same: tension, anxiety, insomnia, aggression, apathy. And if you've been living on these hormones for years, don't be surprised that you have no energy, no happiness, no meaning. First, it's just don't want to get up. Then it's don't want to live. And you don't even realize why. And the answer is you're living in a state of chemical warfare with yourself. And if you don't start turning that mode off, you're just going to get wiped out. So get out of survival mode or you'll burn up. You're not a robot. You don't have to work your ass off. But your body doesn't know that. It thinks you're at war. Because you don't rest, you don't move, you don't reboot. And every day triggers the same cycle: anxiety, rush, irritation, fatigue. Cortisol is your biggest enemy. We needed it when we were running from the saber-toothed tiger. But now that tiger's a meeting with the boss, traffic, a fight, alone, and you're in save-yourself mode from morning till night. Your body's on edge, your psyche is breaking down, your energy is leaking like water into a leaky bucket. Now think about it. When was the last time you took a conscious vacation? Not on your cell phone. You didn't watch TV shows till midnight. You actually shut down, walk, breathe, be in nature, pause. Even on weekends, you just lie down because you have no energy. That's not rest. That's resuscitation. What do? Turn off the alarm. A 30-minute walk isn't a walk, it's a cure. 10 minutes of screen-free silence isn't a whim, it's salvation. Pausing between tasks isn't procrastination, it's burnout prevention. You don't have to be available 24/7. You don't have to save everyone. You do have to reboot if you want to survive in this world. You want to be effective? Start by rebooting. Energy doesn't appear out of thin air. It has to be protected. Otherwise, you'll just burn out like a light bulb at 100% brightness without a switch. It's not time, and it's attention. That's what you lose every day. You complain that you don't have time, but you do have time. You don't have attention. It's being eaten up by social media, notifications, news drama, and other people's problems. You wake up and your brain immediately bursts into feeds. Other people's faces, other people's successes, other people's worries. And then you wonder why you can't pull yourself together and start something. One scrolled TikTok is minus 20% dopamine. One anxious headline, plus 10% cortisol. One extra chat, minus focus on your goals. While you're draining your attention, someone else has already made $1 million off of it. Because your energy is currency. It's either working for you or it's zeroing you out. Here's a simple test. How many times in a day do you get distracted? How many times do you check your phone without waiting for a task to finish? Now imagine if you used all those stretches of time for deep work, on a project, for money, development. You'd have a different life by now. If you want to take back control, start by practicing. One task, one focus. Turn off notifications. 25 minutes of work. 5 minutes of rest. It's not a technique, it's a lifeline. Because the modern world won't destroy you physically. It'll just shred your attention into 100 pieces, and you'll become another squeezed zombie who seemed to try but failed. Focus is power. Losing focus is a path to nowhere. If you don't have recovery rituals, you're already at a disadvantage. You're not a phone, but your battery is going down too. Only unlike a gadget, you can't just plug it in and recharge in 40 minutes. You need to recover every day. And if you're not doing that, you're living on credit, an energy credit that you pay for later with health, apathy, breakdowns, depression. You don't have time to recover because you don't know how. You're confusing resting with getting stuck. Lying in bed with a soap opera and chips is not rest. It's an emotional drug to dull the pain. Real rest is a ritual you create. In the morning, silence, water, movement, at least 10 minutes without a screen. In the afternoon, pauses, breathing, focusing on yourself. In the evening, unplugging from work, a quiet ritual to end the day, no news, no urgent matters. You know why successful people start the day the same way? Because the brain needs anchors, stability, habits that signal. You're okay, you're in control. What about you? Wake up, phone in my face. Tape, emails, alarms. The day's not yours anymore. In the evening, phone again. Or laptop. Or a beer. Or a soap opera for an hour until 2 hours in the morning. And then you say, I don't know why I feel bad. I'll tell you. Because you're not resting. You're running away from reality, and that's not resting. It's running in circles until you die. Create rituals for yourself, not for beauty, but to survive in this world and stay human. The work for yourself, even if you're employed. Do you think you're tired because work is hard? No. You're exhausted because you're not living your life. You're plowing through someone else's goals every day. You're closing other people's goals. You're fighting for other people's KPIs. And in the evening, you have no energy, no sense of purpose, no faith in the best. If you don't have your own project, your own dream, your own idea for which you wake up, you will always feel like a slave, even if the pay is good, even if the office with coffee and poofs. Because inside, it's not yours. It's like you're renting a life. Someone else's. Temporary. Without ownership. You want to get out? Start working for yourself. Even if you only have 30 minutes a day, use it. Learn new things. Create. Launch it. Try it out. Write. Think. Do. Grow. Every day, one drop at a time. This isn't about business. It's about owning your destiny. Remember, you're not a tree. You can move it. You can build your own. But no one is going to give you a ready-made path. You have to cut it yourself. With machete in hand, through the jungle of fear, laziness, doubt, and learned helplessness. Working for hire is temporary. Growth is forever. If you don't invest in your growth today, you'll be complaining about life tomorrow. If you don't build your own, you'll always be servicing someone else's. So, tell me honestly, are you going to continue to die slowly at work, or are you finally starting to live?